For example 8, we have 3 particularly brutal functions to take the derivatives of. So not only do these things use a chain rule, but they use, in this case, we have the product rule. In this case, we have the quotient rule. In this one, also a quotient rule, but in the reverse order from this one. Okay, so there's just not enough, whoa, where are you going? Not enough space in each of these little locations to do the derivatives. So I will just, scroll down just a little piece here for this first one. I'm going to rewrite it. Y is equal to x squared times 1 minus x squared to the 1/2 power. There we go. And now, is it obvious that we have to use the product rule? Because you got a function multiplied times another function. Good. So y prime is equal to the derivative of the first, 2x, times the second one, 1 minus x squared to the 1/2 power, plus first one times the derivative of the second one. So the first one, x squared, times the derivative of the second one. So when I take the derivative of the second one, I'm going to have to use the chain rule on it. So I'm just going to write this as, write it out in terms of like a derivative without me actually taking it. Sometimes this is very helpful. 1 minus x squared to the 1/2 power. Just to remind me that I am going to have to, just on this portion right here, I'm going to have to use the chain rule on it. So I'll have to leapfrog this part down, subtract 1 from the exponent, and then take the derivative of the interior function. Okay, so I'm going to use my good old copy and paste feature here. No, what are you doing? Let's say we'll duplicate it. Ooh, lovely. Okay, and then we're going to multiply that times, leapfrog this power down, 1/2 times 1 minus x squared, subtract 1 from that exponent, negative 1/2 power, and then multiply it times, don't forget, the derivative of the interior function, leapfrog this power down, a negative 2x. Boop. Okay, so now I just need to simplify this thing. And again, this is practice for the multiple choice section of the test where we're trying to make our answer look like theirs. And it's probably going to be pretty cleaned up in terms of algebra. If this was free response in any kind of way, of course, then this is acceptable because you're done with the calculus. Now, I am going to clean up this second term first by canceling this 1/2 with this 2 here, yes, obviously, and then I'm going to multiply this x and this negative times this x squared on the outside here. So copy down this part first, it doesn't change, but this is going to be negative x to the third times 1 minus x squared to the negative 1/2. Okay, now we need to do our fancy factoring technique. Notice that I have a common factor of x. I can pull that out if I wanted to. Okay, I take the lowest power, and so that's just to the first power. Okay, I can also take out a power of 1 minus x squared, because it's common to both of them, but again, I take the smallest power. In this case, it's going to be the negative 1/2. So pull both of those things out, and x times 1 minus x squared to the negative 1/2 power. Open up some brackets, and now it's time to divide. Divide all of this by our GCF. So I'll divide the 2x by the x. I get a 2, obviously. And then you might conceptualize this like this. This one needs a different crayon. Okay, so when I divide this by this, think of it as something like an a to the 1/2 power divided by that same something to the negative 1/2 power. You divide like basis, you add the, you subtract the exponent, so it's a 1/2 minus a negative 1/2, which makes to the first power. Boop. So 1 minus x squared to the first. Right, okay. And then for the next term, notice, of course, that this completely matches up with that, so it'll cancel out. But I just need to divide this negative x cubed by x to get negative x squared. Okay, get rid of this. A little bit more. Come on, come on. There we go. All right, Now, clean it up a little further. This is going to go on the bottom. This will stay up top, and then I can clean this stuff up here. Let's go ahead and distribute here. So I'd have a 2 minus 2x squared minus another x squared to make negative 3 of them. So a total of x on top times 2 minus 3x squared. All of this over. I can put it in a square root. Was the original one in a square root? It sure was, so maybe I mimic that. Square root of 1 minus x squared. Yeah, here we go. Man, was that fun or what? And of course, common things that they might ask you, where do you have horizontal tangent lines? Where do you have vertical tangent lines? And it's a matter of, hey, where's the top equal to 0? Where's the bottom equal to 0? You know, like we do, all right?